Hello strangers! I feel like it has been a very long time since I have actually sat down and filmed a video for you. This is going to be a kind of chit chat, get ready with me, life updates, kind of showing you my everyday look that I have been wearing for work, or just if I need to get ready in a quick minute. This takes me probably 10-15 minutes in the morning to do. Obviously with slowing it down and chatting with you guys, it takes a little bit longer, but I hope you guys enjoy the video. I have been missing you guys. It's been crazy. I talk about that in the video. Do not mind the shirt change because for one, it got too hot, and for two, I spilled coffee literally at the very end of the video and I forgot to do the intro, so it is a different shirt. It's a t-shirt, more comfortable. I hope you guys enjoy the video and let's get into it. Okay, so starting out, I have been starting out with my eyes lately, which has been a little bit backwards for me, but it works for me. Pardon my voice, I do have a cold. I'm trying to get over that. So I'm going to first go in with any concealer. This is just the concealer that I have been liking. I think it's from the Wish app actually, but it works. It's concealer. And I use this to prime my eyelids for the shadows we are going in with. And I will take my beauty blender just to blend all of that in. I know I told you guys in a past video that I was going to try the beauty blender again, and it really did work. I like it. I still have, you know, probably 45 of the Real Technique sponges laying around, but I've been using the original beauty blender for, I don't know, a month or two now, just straight solid, and so that is the only thing that I have been using, so there's that. What do we want to do today? I'm going to go in with this Pop Feel. I think I got this in a FabFit Fun Box, but it's just a bunch of matte tones that I really have been enjoying lately. So what I'm going to do is take kind of a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to take this shade right here just to set that concealer, so that we have a nice smooth base to work with and that none of the other eyeshadows really catch or stick or whatever the case may be. You know how finicky eyeshadows can get when the base is too sticky and too wet. You kind of almost get like catching, and then it's too patchy almost. So I'm going to use this powder to set everything. This is where it gets hard when you do these kinds of things, where you do like a life update, chit chat, and you're doing your makeup, because half the time you focus on explaining what you're doing in the makeup process, and then the other half of the time you're kind of just talking and you forget to say anything about makeup. But it has been a long time since I have filmed a video, and I apologize for that. Now I'm going to take kind of a big fluffy brush. There's my dog. And I'm going to take this shade right next to the one that we just used, which is kind of like a soft brown transition shade. And my dog is going to go into everything. But it has been a crazy minute around here these past couple weeks. Actually, these past couple months, really. So for those of you who don't know, I am 15 weeks pregnant. I know. You guys are like, you just got married. I know. But yes, I am 15 weeks pregnant, and we are both very excited. We cannot wait. Me and my husband have technically been together for 8 years. It'll be, yeah, 8 years today. July 12th. Oh my gosh, I have to message him. He is currently out of town visiting his brother, so. Next I'm going to go in with this darker shade right here. But I'm going to switch up my brush real quick, and I'm going to take this Morphe M419 brush. And yeah, so it's been a long minute trying to figure out doctor appointments and balancing work, and I was just in Minnesota for a week, so we've kind of been all over. Now he's in North Carolina, and it's been a long time. We've been very busy. But we find out on the 30th if baby is a boy or girl, so that is super exciting. In other news, that needs to be blended out better. We had a storm here couple weeks ago where it was baseball size hail that totally just pretty much like ruined our house. So we have insurance and all that kind of stuff that we've been dealing with. I'm now going to take a more fluffy brush and I'm going to take the darker shade right, or this almost black shade right here, and I'm just going to focus that right on the outer corner, pretty much on top of the one that we just put down, that dark brown, and just kind of fluff that on the outer corner and bring it into the crease just a little bit. So we've been dealing with that. We've got a bunch of work that needs to be done in the house, and it has just been not fun. We have our whole roof needs to be replaced, all of the siding on the house and garage, and I think we are up to 11 windows that broke. So, and my husband's work vehicle windshield got shattered, so it's not been fun. That part has not been fun at all. But what do? There's nothing you can do when Mother Nature comes through and is like, this is happening, this is what's going to happen, and you're kind of just going to have to deal with it. So now that we have those colors laid down, I'm going to go back in with that. This is the Morphe M218, and I'm just going to buff out those harsh lines. I really haven't been doing anything super crazy with my makeup lately. I've been working a lot, and so it's kind of like the more natural the better, but sometimes it comes out that way. So I'm going to go in with this eyeshadow. This is from Sahi Cosmetics. This is a cream metallic foil eyeshadow in the shade Dubai. And I have been going between this one and the Stila Magnificent Metals in the shade Kitten, if you can see it. But I'm going to go with this one today, and I just take this on my finger, and then I just put it kind of right on the inner corner, kind of halfway across, just to add a little bit of sparkle to my eyes without going super overboard, because I definitely can. And this is where doing your eye makeup first and everything can make it so much easier to clean up fallout, or if any glitter gets on your face, that is where it comes in. So then I'm going to go in and curl my lashes. I've been doing this before I do eyeliner. I find it easier to do when my eyeliner doesn't smear or smudge everywhere, which is super nice for me, because sometimes, especially like in the morning when I'm getting ready, I don't have time and I don't have the need or want to go through and fix everything again. So I'm now going to go in with liquid liner. This is the Sex Kitten by Tarte in the shade Black. I don't know what the actual shade is, but it's the black one. And I'm going to go right as close to the lash line as you can get. And I haven't really been doing like a wing. I've kind of just been lining my eyes, and that's about it. With pregnancy comes tiredness, and tiredness, you just get lazy and don't want to do anything. So and that is it for the eyes, really, besides mascara, but we'll go back to that. So I'm going to go in and work on the face. I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Lit From Within foundation primer. I am not with it this morning. Clearly I have not had enough coffee. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to rub that all over my face. And this just really helps kind of make you look radiant but not oily. I've definitely seen a change in my skin. My skin has definitely gotten more normal to dry since I've been pregnant, which has been awesome. But at the same time, all of my products are for combination and oily skin, so that's not been fun, trying to figure out products that will work better for dry to normal skin, if you know what I mean. The missus. My friend just got me a mug that says, "This mama needs caffeine," and I swear to God, it is the biggest mug you will ever see in your life. It's like, oh my gosh. So now I'm going to go in with foundation, and I'm going to go in with this little sample that I got. I think this was from a Sephora box. I still have like 15 subscription boxes coming in, so I get a lot of little mini samples. This is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation in the shade N20. And I've been doing foundation a little bit differently. So I will take a little dot on my fingers, and then I will just kind of dab it all over my face. And everybody out there is probably like, oh, that's not how you do foundation. This is how I do foundation. Wipe my hand, and you look kind of scary, which is fine. And then I'm going to take my Bistope, I still don't know how to pronounce this, and my Max Fix Plus. And I will spray my brush with that, and then just go through and start buffing that into the skin. There's a dog hair on there-ish. And buff that in. But yeah, other than the pregnancy, the house, the traveling, that's about all I have for you. It's been super busy around here just with work and the house, and like I said, being pregnant and trying to get everything figured out for that, which at this point, there's not a whole lot to figure out. I've just been feeling, you know, the morning sickness, and I've been super tired, which I'm hoping that kind of lets up. For any moms out there, list below or comment below and let me know like around how long it took for morning sickness and tiredness to kind of go away, because a lot of people I talk to say the second trimester is when people start feeling like themselves again, and I'm just not with it. I'm not seeing it. So at 15 weeks, I was kind of hoping that would come back, but that's all right. And then for under eyes, I'm going in with my favorite under eye concealer. This is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. This is in the shade CW01. And it's just a lighter shade, especially it's lighter than what we went in with before. But I felt like it was too light to go on the eyelids, so I'm going to use that to cover up dark circles, because sleep is just not my friend lately, which a lot of people say, yep, get used to it. So concealer is the way to get used to it. And I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and just buff that out. And this really does blend everything so much smoother than this dude. And it takes a lot less time. I mean, the Real Techniques, you can get it there, but it takes a little bit more time. This doesn't have as much like squish to it as the Real Techniques one does, in my opinion. But I love them both. So next I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. translucent powder. Everybody knows that I love this stuff. And I'm going to go kind of heavy-handed with this just because it's so hot here that for some reason this is the area that gets weird first. Like the rest of my face is fine, but it's like, oh, powdery. And I'm just going to set that concealer. And then I will take that same brush and just kind of push it in the areas where I would need a little bit more help. So pretty much just the T-zone. Just like that. And now, since we look super blanked out and fun, I'm going to go in with my Lisa Frank and Glamour Dolls collaboration in Bitten and Bronze Matte Bronzer. I have loved this one for a long time, but I don't use it on camera because it's broken and it looks janky. But if I'm being honest, this is the one that I use when I'm not using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, so I figured I'd show some love to it. So I'm going to take that just to warm up the face a little bit more, because when you do your foundation and concealer, powder, all that kind of stuff, you do tend to look a little bit washed out, and I don't like that look. So You go back in with some bronzer, some highlight. I'm not going to do blush. I really just don't do blush that often, if I'm being quite honest. And I'm going to go in with a highlighter that, oh, you know what? No, I'm going to go in, I've been doing my brows a little bit differently. So I'm going to start with the, how is this work? How is this? This is the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. I'm going to use this just to run through my brows first. Like that. Let that dry for a minute while I go in with my highlighter. This is the CLE Radiant Skin Essence Moonlighter Cushion in Gunting Buff. And I've had this for a while, but it's the only cream highlighter that I can put on over powders that's not going to make it freak out or ruin the makeup. So I'm going to take it on my beauty blender and it's a really natural highlight. If you can see that, it's really natural and kind of more for every day, which I have been liking because I don't go to big special events or occasions or stuff like that, so I don't do a whole lot besides go to work, and you really don't want like a super blinding highlight when you work at a hospital. So I mean, you could if you really wanted to. So back to the brows, I'm going to go in with my Arbonne Shape It Up Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Dark. And what I've been doing lately is just filling in the areas where it needs to. So I have the sparse spot right there. And then I kind of fill in a little bit at the front. And what I like about doing the brow gel first is that I can really see where I need to fill in my brows so that they don't look overdone and I don't have to spend 10 years trying to fill in brows, you know, in spaces that they didn't really need to be filled in. So that is all I'm doing for brows. Mascara, I'm going to go in, no, we're going to do lips first actually. I'm going to go in with my Dior Outrageous Plump Effect in the shade 02. This has been one of my go-to lip glosses for months. Just like that. It's such a nice, like, natural lip gloss, and it adds a little bit of like plumping to it, so your lips look really like full and lush, which I love. And then last but not least for mascara, I'm going to go in with my Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Mascara. This is an oldie but a goodie. And by old, I mean I probably should get a new one. But they're just so good. And I just do a couple coats. And I shouldn't have said last but not least because this is not where my makeup look ends. Recently I have been loving, where to go? Here it is. So I have the NYX Faux Blacks eyeliner in the shade Black Olive, and what I've been doing lately is tight lining just the outer, like the outer quarter of my lower lash line. And I feel like it really kind of like opens up your eyes and makes them look a little bit bigger because I kind of have squinty eyes, and so it really helps open them up some more. And last but not least, this is the for sure last but not least, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set to set my face. And fan it down. Alright you guys, this is the finished look, kind of like my everyday modified look that I go to pretty much all the time. It's simple, it's quick. When I'm off camera, I can do this look in probably 10 minutes because it's just so easy and I just love it. It looks like you put a lot of effort into it when really you didn't. All right, you guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.